Did you know that most of the people in India and other countries live paycheck to paycheck? So, how can you make things right or bring changes in your life through very small habits that can eventually break this habit of living paycheck to paycheck? Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to discuss 12 middle class money habits that can keep you poor. Car payments. Paying for cars and monthly EMIs for it doesn't make any sense if you think that it is not actually utilizing or being utilized at the fullest level. With this, what I mean is if you are not using the car lot many more times in a week and you're using public transport, then having a car or an upgraded more of like an upgraded version of a car, and which is very expensive and can cost you more, and you need to pay a lot more EMIs. This way, you are being charged a lot more EMI amounts every month, which you can actually invest in many more other avenues. For example, that the amount that you pay as a car EMI, that you can utilize in investing in stocks or mutual funds, which will actually appreciate with time. If you see that having a car actually depreciates in a few years, but then if you invest the same amount of money in stocks and other options like mutual fund or buy gold physical or a digital, that will actually help you have an extra income or can give you more financial freedom. Next is spending more than you earn. We all have this habit of keeping credit card. So, keeping credit card is just not fun if you really put some deep thinking to it. Credit card basically means you can borrow money from a place, from a bank or that credit card, whatever limit you have, but eventually you need to pay that amount. Having a credit card, what I feel, will actually make you dependent on it on a monthly to monthly basis, which means that the amount you are spending after you are done with your cash flow from your salaried income, this amount actually comes from the credit card. Here, you need to pay the interest rates as well. So, paying the interest rates or going through the cycle every month can actually be burdensome after some point of time. Rather, if you think that you really need to buy something, buy it while you still have the cash from your salary income, which means if you do your budget right, you can actually invest on the things and buy certain things that you really think is important for you, instead of spending extra amount from the credit card later, which eventually will cost you more plus the interest amount. Spending selfishly. If you spend the entire amount that you have in your account in the beginning of the month, you're spending it throughout the month, you're using the credit card, and if you think on the longer run, you are actually not consuming the entire things that you really buy on a month to month basis. Instead, you can budget and allocate the amount that you really need to spend, and then you can budget to save more, to spend less, and you can keep an amount to actually invest on community services, or you can actually help someone that you actually know in your society. You can invest an amount from your salary for the betterment of the society, maybe 5 or 10% to an organization or to individuals that you know can invest in themselves for their education or something on their health. That way, you can value the money you earn a lot more than investing blindly everywhere. Next is buying, not consuming. You tend to buy many things in an entire month, which even I did for a very long time. You tend to buy a lot of things eventually in the entire month, which I have also done this in my past. This actually gives you an idea that you can really spend, but you are actually not spending, but you're wasting your money. Because if you see in a more deeper way, you're not utilizing your money on good things. Rather, you are just being a consumer and not investing on your goals, which is a wastage of your money, time, and effort as a whole. Instead, if you actually buy the things that you really need, that will help you save more, and that will also help you to utilize the things and the services and the experiences that you buy investing your own income from your spending, that will help you to learn more of the money saving habit and also learn about your own personal habits regarding money or eventually your personal growth. I also insist on the fact that blindly buying something which you do not consume a part of it or as a whole can actually be wasting of money. Rather, you can actually spend, as I have already said, that you can invest the same amount of money on mutual funds and buying stocks, or rather buying gold and investing as such, because that will eventually in the longer run give you more freedom. Another habit that can keep you poor is the habit of drinking alcohol. People have this habit of going out on weekends and partying, and the weekends are very much about spending money on drinks and food. Rather, you can actually go and for experiences on a time to time basis instead of drinking and getting wasted and sluggish with low energy, and then making it a habit actually hampers your health in the longer run. Instead, you can buy gym memberships and health related memberships or experiences that can actually help you benefit in the longer run, because you are going to spend that money on the time or effort in building yourself and for your personal growth. The next habit is increasing your spending once you get a pay raise. This is almost like maybe 80 to 90 people in the world have the habit of starting to spending more when they get a pay raise. Instead, if you happen to invest the amount of money that you get as a pay raise, that will actually again give you freedom. But if you do not invest on anything and happen to again spend more, then you will come back to the same point where you are living paycheck to paycheck. That way, you're not actually improving your life, but wasting everything that you have earned from a really long time and worked hard for your growth. Next is wrong discounts. We always keep on getting those coupons and discounts, and even online payments. When you make online payments, you get some discount coupons and some codes that you would like to, and you are actually pushed to invest on. However, if you see it in a broader perspective, they are actually making you spend more. Okay, so you have to choose the right discounts. I mean, you can get lots of discount coupons and coupon codes for everything that comes under the radar, but there could be only few things that you really need. Instead of wanting things but needing things, that will actually help you to grab the opportunity from that discount coupon that you are getting. With the same perspective in your mind, if you see that in the stock market, when the market is down, you can actually go and buy those stocks, and when it is up high, you do not have to buy it, you wait for it. Thus, this can be a best utilization of discounts, and in a similar way, you can help yourself select the things that you really need to buy and spend accordingly. Next habit is believing that everything will be in the same manner, but it is not the same case in reality. If now the market is going good and you are getting jobs, but there will be again the time where there will be inflations, there will be loss of jobs, and then you will see that you might be wondering about why did I not invest in my past, which will actually make you deal with the situation at the present. This way, you can actually think about your future, and that eventually will make you invest more in the things so that later on you will actually be financially free. Being mindful about your spending habits, your investing habits can actually ease out the stress that you always go through living paycheck to paycheck as well. Another thing is that we have a habit of listening to friends or family or anybody that can come and give us advice for our financial investments or anything that relates to our finance. But then you really need to see and actually filter whom you listen to. This is because there will be hundreds and hundreds of people giving you advice, but if you go and think deeper, there will be very few people from those hundreds that will who have actually spent less in their life and invested more, and have been able to enjoy financial freedom themselves. So you need to be very choosy about people from whom you take advice or not. Next is, you are an average of the 5 people you interact and socialize more than ever. That means you are an average of those 5 people that you are almost around on a day to day basis. So these people, if they have better habits than you are eventually going to learn those habits that they practice, and you're going to adopt in your practice in your life as well. So, in the long run, you really need to believe in yourself and get control on yourself, maybe by picking the right people in your surrounding, in your environment, that will actually benefit you in the long run, apart from being choosy about your habits and investment. Those influences will also help you in the long run. Next is keep a check. I would suggest that if you keep writing it, noting it down on a diary instead of using digital devices, you might be very much easily using those digital devices to track your expenses, track your budgeting. But I myself feel it very easy when it comes to budgeting on paper and pen. That helps me to keep going on that same page more often than going to my digital device and checking it again and again. So what I do is maybe review it in 3 days or 5 days, and so that I keep a check on my habits and my financial goals. That will keep me motivated and being mindfully aware of my goals, so that I do not take any steps which will actually not benefit me. Mostly we make goals and keep it, but forget to keep a check on that on a regularly basis. So this might help. The last one is comparison. We always happen to compare ourselves or others to someone else. This habit can actually ruin your entire financial goals or personal goals. If you keep on doing this will definitely demotivate you in the longer run. So this, I think, it's a very key structure in the entire habits that can actually keep you poor and resist your financial growth. I hope this video is helpful to you, as I find myself exploring ways to my financial growth. These habits might also help you further. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, as I am new to YouTube. Share your views, and thank you for watching.